Yes, guys, what's good, everybody? Hope we're all doing okay. It is LRFC here, and it is Aled bringing you today a discussion around the recent developments that have circulated across the media following West Ham 2, Liverpool 2, but more specifically, Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah. What is happening there, guys? I mean, I've had a few days to kind of really digest what's happened and build quite a comprehensive sort of approach and a bit of a balanced sort of perspective. But I'll be honest, Mo Salah, what are you doing, mate? What are you doing? First off, and I'll give you guys a breakdown of the situation, and then I'll go through my opinion and ask you guys what you think of the situation. So, what happens is what Jurgen Klopp does is he embraces the players before they go on, and he's given Nunes and Gomez as part of a triple substitution. He's given them a hug and he's given them a proper embrace. And for Salah, it's a bit more frosty. Obviously, something's happened, and he's sort of giving him a high five. I mean, it just looked obvious that something was off. Of course, before the substitutions take place, a chance plays out, and Jurgen then goes over to say something to Salah. Now, we know Jurgen Klopp, the manager, Mo Salah, the player, they're two very emotionally tuned people. Jurgen Klopp says something to Salah, provokes a big reaction. Salah goes up to Jurgen, has to be held back by Nunes, completely snaps. And this was 13 minutes before the end of the game, in which obviously Salah had been dropped for his recent performances. And for me, rightly so. I think his performances have definitely been significantly below the level we know Salah can play at. Definitely subpar. For some time as well. Considering he's a player who demanded £400,000 a week, I think reflecting of his contributions to the club, I think, we give him that contract, and let's not discredit Salah here. For 7 years of service, he's done extremely well to put up the numbers that he has, right? But in this season, right, yes, he's got the goals, but he's not played well, guys. He's not played well, and we're not going to beat around the bush here. He's not played well. And he doesn't run. His body language is very poor, in my opinion. He doesn't, contribute as much. And, maybe that's a sign of burnout. Maybe that's a physical thing. But a mental thing, it really does give us the indication that is his head set on, the future of this club? Is his head set on the transition? And I think the message he sent out on Saturday was pretty clear. To go in that outburst that he did, and then to further compound that, Jurgen Klopp spoke to the media, and Jurgen was like, "Yeah, this matter's been resolved. This has been done," which is how things should be. It should be resolved. If there's a spat which happens in the heat of the moment, it's a high testosterone sport. You're gonna have disagreements on the pitch. You're gonna have things where you're not going to agree. It's a high, intense, competitive environment. So you sort that out in the changing rooms. But for Jurgen to say that, and then for moments later, Salah then walks through where the where the journalists are stood, and go, "If I speak today, there will be fire." Those are the direct quotes of Salah. What are you doing, mate? What are you doing? What are you doing? Just leave it. Don't disrespect that dynamic. And I want to kind of pose the question: would this happen if Jurgen was manager next season? If Jurgen was staying, does this instance happen? I think it happens regardless, but I think as manager now and the next protocol, I think Jurgen, despite leaving at the end of the season, still has to go, "I am the manager, you respect the dynamic and you comply with what I have to do." And I think Jurgen has to discipline Mo Salah. I really do. Discipline him. Take him out of that Tottenham game. That's a massive statement. It's probably our biggest game now for the rest of the season. Not that it really means anything, but it's our biggest game. And you have to put Salah out of that, in my opinion. You have to take him out and go, "I am the manager. This is the rules." You do not, you go to square up. The way Klopp backed down, it was just embarrassing. And it was embarrassing, not from a perspective of, Jurgen, chicken. He didn't square up, or didn't really, put Salah in his place. It's not for him to do, especially not in that situation. You sort that out in the change rooms. But the way Salah tried to provoke, a confrontation, a proper full-on confrontation with Jurgen Klopp, you can't do that, buddy. You cannot do that. And for the amount of money you were paid, you can't talk, bro. You can't talk. Your performances are not speaking for themselves. Until you fix your football, fix it, let your performances speak for themselves, and then you can have the decency to have a proper conversation, not go off in the way that you did. So, look, proper disappointed with him. disappointed with him, and I really think, you know, I want to kind of pose the question, what do you guys think? Do you think it was a deliberate ploy? You know, because you have to consider, Jurgen said it was done in the changing rooms, settled. Why is Salah then going out? Is his agent gone nuts? Say something outrageous to the media so we can just sort of generate and accumulate interest, listen to offers and see what we can do. Now, we know Salah has obviously invited this sort of speculation around his name, and, you know, whether or not, you know, Liverpool really, you know, seek to, you know, consider their options this summer, we'll just have to wait and see. But if you're going to act like that, Salah, you have to really take a hard look at yourself, mate, because you have no place to even, you know, fight your corner at the minute in the way that you're doing. You need to fight your corner with your performances. You know, you're a player played on their performances. And, you know, a harsh look in the mirror, reality check is definitely needed. I felt bad for Jurgen. I felt really sorry for him. And I know this has happened before. You've had, you know, Mane, you know, rejected him as well. You just have to sort that. You have to sort that, and that's what Jurgen went to do. And yeah, you know, it's bad to see Salah, you know, try to continue this on. So I hope the appropriate measures have been put in place to proper discipline him in the way that I think is deserved. You know, because you have to stamp that out. What message does that send if you keep Salah in the squad for 1, 2 or 3 games? Especially going into next season with Arne Slot, like, what does he think? You know, do you know what I mean? And, you know what I mean, we're going to start to say, you know, are we going to transition to the new Man United where players think they're higher than the club and players think they can do that? So, look, ultimately, that is my situation on the Salah thing. You know, the club has to do the right thing. They have to act in accordance with obviously the morals and the, you know, what is, you know, what is expected of these players, that's for sure. But guys, on LRFC, please be sure to smash that like, smash that subscribe. If you have any sort of comments in relation to this or the game in general, please let us know. We'd love to hear them. And yeah, it's been great talking to you guys today. See you all at the next one. Obviously, Fozzie's doing videos, Mo's getting videos out as well. So plenty in store for LRFC. So stay tuned, and see you all in the next one.